Hiya! Welcome to my mother's kitchen. It's been a while. I can't really remember when the last time was, but it's okay. I'm here now. I'm feeling very autumnal, as you can maybe see from my very well thought out curated display. May I say most of it has come from my mother's garden. Very impressed with her crown prints and, you know, ornamental gourds. You may notice some borlottis, you know, all that kind of pizzazz. This is a Cornish cabbage. Delight. So today I thought we'd do something very quick, very easy, very autumnal delight. We're going to do baked apples. So baked apples are actually originally a German dessert, because they also have an abundance of apples there. They're very quick, very easy, and I'm pretty sure anyone could whip them up real simple. So I'm going to start by coring my apples. Now, you may or may not have this fancy implement, the apple corer. If not, don't worry, you'll just have to be slightly more fiddly with a knife getting round. But this guy just dives straight in. There we go, straight through. And out comes the core. Magic. So these are actually cooking apples. I'm not exactly sure of the variety. We forage them in amongst the countryside, so I couldn't tell you. But it will be some variety of cooker. I think the most common variety that you find usually is the Bramley apple. And then there are several other varieties. I think there are like thousands of apple varieties, literally, like so many, and they're all mostly in season right now. So, you know, I very much encourage you to look beyond your basic supermarket Braeburn that seems to magically be there all year and try out some different varieties at this time. So now I've got those cored, I'm going to just slice round the circumference. This just helps them out because they like to slightly pop. Or you can occasionally, with some varieties, get one that completely explodes, which is fine. It will still be delicious, but it might just not be contain its apple shape so neatly. But you know, that's all right. So we just score around their bellies so they've got some room to expand. A bit like kind of giving them a bit more elastic around the middle after a large lunch. So, and then we stuff them. I mean, there's lots of different things you can stuff in them. I mean, it's really up to you, whatever's, you know, in the cupboard. I like to go for a classic filling of just some dried fruit. So I've got some raisins here that I've soaked. I thought, you know, I'll just give them a little tipple of some brandy. So I've given them a little bit of that. And just mix them in here with some brown sugar. I couldn't tell you exactly how much, because I mean, it's really preference on how sweet you want it, but it's not a lot. The thing about doing it with a cooking apple is that they tend to have a lot more tartness. So if you do it with a regular eating apple, you don't really want to add that much sugar at all, because you're going to end up with something too sweet. I'm going to add a little sprinkle of cinnamon in there, lovely. But you know, whatever you've got, you can do extra bits of dried fruit. I'm going to chuck a bit of walnut in for a bit of crunch. Also marzipan is a nice one, definitely. Or you can do, you know, different, doesn't have to be brandy. You can do whatever booze you have in the cupboard. Okay, so once I've got that all mixed in there, I'm gonna stuff my apples. I mean, the best thing to do is just to sort of get your fingers involved and shove them down there. But you want to be nice and generous, so they're well stuffed. Definitely. So this is, yeah, really easy and just a really nice warm dessert as it's getting colder. And I mean, it's really very much up to you what you would like to serve it with. I mean, some like to go for a cold, straight up vanilla ice cream, cold onto hot, or you can go for a custard, always nice. Ooh, maybe like a boozy custard, yeah? I mean, if you wanted to double booze, a bit of Calvados, yeah, that would work. Or just a splash of cold cream, you know, which is always good. And if you have any left or you want to do extra, then you can just sort of mush up the flesh and make a lovely apple puree or compote that would be nice on porridge or yogurt or anything like that. And then I'm just going to take a bit of this butter and shove it in the top. Butter, it can sort of stick out the top there. Lovely. So I've got my oven set to about 180. Again, it's sort of up to your oven temperatures. This one runs quite hot, so I have it at 180 to be sure, but quite often you can go for 200 and it's pretty good. So I'm going to pop them in and probably check them after about 15 to 20 minutes and maybe just give them a squidge to see if they're cooked. But you'll see they would have popped up really nicely. So let's pop them in. Okay, here we go, 20 minutes. Ta-da! Look at those. See, golden, all puffed up, with their appley bellies sticking out the middle, coming out over their trousers. Absolutely delightful. So yeah, here you go. You'll want to serve those warm, as we said, the delightful autumnal winter dessert. That's it. So I left some instructions below. I mean, there's not a very precise recipe, but do give it a go. And then, yeah, any questions or queries, fire them my way. And otherwise, hopefully see you soon. Toodaloo!